For many entrepreneurs, the way into business starts by growing up in the family business. But when you get to the hot seat at the top, there's no free ride just because you're one of the family.
Both my parents were pharmacists and pretty much everyone in my family is scientific. And I was always the one who didn't study science, and so to me, and I think to most of my family, it was a surprise that I ended up in it. It was and still is a skincare pharmaceutical business. My grandfather set it up with some other people, and in the 70s my uncle and my father took it over. And we restructured in 2000 and we've new investments, so it's not a full family-owned business now. Took in new investment, new strategies, and I suppose this generation, as in myself, put our stamp on it. I had 2 small children and I had them swimming very young, and I noticed how many mums were struggling with babies with eczema. We made dermatological products for eczema, and I talked to my father, who's the chief pharmacist and kind of genius behind the formulations, and I said, is there not an easier way for these people? They're struggling with babies and creams and eczema. And he said, well, yeah, you know, and we talked about it, and he came up with the formulation. That was the beginning of the brand Elave. So it was that simple. I saw an opportunity. He had the know-how, and I put the marketing spin on it.
Joanna's talent was entrepreneurial, it was marketing style, and what she brought was an existing business with not very many customers and not with a very significant turnover, to a business which is now entrepreneurial led, has a very strong marketing culture, and is now succeeding in a much broader market, and has now grown a family business into an international business in not too many years after taking it over.
I think I was more ambitious and still am more ambitious for the company, and to achieve what I felt we could achieve and our potential, and I still think that you need to have new investments, you need to have new strategies, and you need to change a lot, nearly to the point of being uncomfortable. I suppose bringing in new investment was a big part of it, and it was a big change, and get the people, I have brilliant people working for me, to focus on the brand, become ambassadors for the brand, understand the brand, be passionate about the brand. And I think if you care, you win. And I don't mean that in a kind of girly way. I mean, I really do believe if you care, you win.
The best definition I ever heard of a brand is a promise delivered. And the secret of building your brand is to under-promise and over-deliver. And that's why people choose your product, service, or whatever it may be over your competitors. And I guess that's the importance of branding.
I think I'm lucky though, because I am my target market. I grew up with the brand. I mean, when I had babies, I saw all these people with kids with babies, and I'm in the playground, I'm in the schoolyard, you know, I talk to my target audience all the time. So hopefully I kind of get the messages right around the brand, and our people get the messages right around them to deliver what they need. Well, I do think the most fascinating thing that's happening at the moment generally in marketing is how people are taking advice from strangers. It used to be you kind of believe the ad, or you talk to your doctor or your nurse or your pharmacist, and that still does happen. But more and more people are on these blogs and they're taking advice from blank strangers, and it's incredibly powerful. I think we as a smaller company have the ability to react to that more quickly than our big multinational competitors. One of the big things we did last year was a digital online campaign, which was, you know, a bit shocking. It was called Nothing to Hide. Well, it was a viral campaign launched onto YouTube. Basically, it's set in this pristine white lab, and it's the Elave Institute, and there's doors that open. So it's very much a parody of the Pond's Institute ads of the 80s, where everyone's really academic and beautiful and in white coats. But you're watching it and you're kind of going, but you nearly don't believe it that they've no clothes on. It's not. It's done in a kind of naturist way. People are working away normally with no clothes on, but you just still don't quite get it till the end of the campaign, where the lead. I'm in the ad, by the way. That was I forgot to mention that point. Well, I'm hiding behind a computer, but the main lead. She eventually at the end says, you know, Elave skincare, and we've nothing to hide, and obviously that's why everyone had no clothes on. And the fact I was in it was to allow it to become a very elaborate PR stunt, because we could go with the headline MD strips for her brand, and it's all very passionate and fabulous, and yeah, that was the message behind it. And also we can't afford TV, so online is the only accessible way we can get a visual in front of our consumers.